Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm very excited for today's video because this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. In my last December beauty haul, I talked about the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer, and I said that I was assuming that it was a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer that everyone's talking about, because in the Sephora I actually swatched them side by side and kind of felt them up a little bit, and they both felt identical, but I couldn't really say it was a dupe because I hadn't tried it. And I haven't heard anyone compare these two concealers or anything. I'm just completely going off my own assumptions, so I may be totally wrong, and if so, I'll be extremely embarrassed by this video. I've decided to take matters into my own hands and be the dupe finder myself instead of relying on other people to find dupes and just kind of go off that. So what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to start buying high-end items and then testing them with their so-called dupes, and then I'm just going to return the product later on. So I picked up the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer myself. This is the most hyped up, talked about concealer right now on YouTube. I haven't tried it yet, so today's going to be kind of like a first impression type video. I am going to do a check-in style video where I take you throughout the day and kind of compare how they wear and stuff. I did have another shade in the Sephora concealer, and I actually exchanged it for this one. So I went back and got the shade number 1 Bavarian Cream. This looks like a pretty good shade for me, and they didn't have the second shade up, so it was all I could go for. And then this is the only one that looked like it would be a match for me. This is the Fair Neutral in the Naked Skin Concealer, and they look pretty similar. They may be a little bit off. Now I don't have anything else on my face right now other than foundation, so after I get done applying these, I'm going to finish up my makeup and then check back in throughout the day. Hopefully I can find a dupe for you guys, and I could be the first one on YouTube to find it. Right off the bat, I do want to say that the price difference is literally like half. The Sephora concealer is $14 and the Urban Decay one is $28. So right off the bat, the first difference I see, and it may be a deal breaker for some people, but not for me. The Sephora concealer wand it's kind of sucky. It's one of the doe foot applicators that's really stiff, and it has no flexibility whatsoever. So you have to like dot it on, because if you rub it, then it just kind of shears it out and there's like no product. Whereas the Naked Skin Concealer has a really nice, like my favorite type of wand. This is like a doe foot applicator that's kind of bendy and flexible, and then like the product kind of sits in the middle of the wand. So here's what the wands look like. Here's the Urban Decay and here is the Sephora. So definitely a big difference there, and that may be the biggest difference that there is. So I'm going to start off with the Sephora concealer on this side, and I do think this is going to be a good match. So there is that side, and then let's see, I'm excited. Why am I dotting this? You don't have to dot this, so I'm just going to apply this like I normally would. So a little bit of a color difference. This one, the Urban Decay one's a little more yellow, and this one is a little more of a porcelain shade. I'm going to go in on the Sephora side first and start blending this out. They both have a really nice kind of gel-like consistency. That's the first thing I noticed about them when I swatched them in Sephora. They have like the exact same texture, very thin, and I've heard so many people talk about the Urban Decay one, saying it's so hydrating and full coverage and long wearing. It's pretty much everything you look for in a concealer. Let's go in with a little bit more. I really hate this wand applicator thing. It sucks, but you gotta work with what you got. I'll wipe off my sponge. Right off the bat, they do blend just about the same. I actually do like the Urban Decay color a little bit better. I can't tell much about the stuff because of the lighting. So they look identical, guys. Oh man, I'm so happy right now. There may be a little bit more coverage with the Urban Decay one, just a tad, but let me try to build up the Sephora one just to see, because sometimes the applicator can, I feel like the Urban Decay applicator applies more, whereas the Sephora one, you know, you have to dot this crap on, but I really think the coverage is about the same. So I'm going to wipe off my sponge again and go back in and blend that out. And let me just go ahead and show you guys, it is 2:15. Aside from the color and the application process with the wand, they look identical on the skin. They both feel very, very light. I think we've duped something. I think we found a dupe, guys. Yeah, I definitely think the Urban Decay concealer wand applies a lot more. So that's why it's a faster coverage, like it's a fuller coverage faster. And I forgot to tell you guys how much each of these have in them. Okay, so in the Sephora concealer you get 0.14 ounces, and in the Urban Decay concealer you get 0.16. So you do get a very, very small amount more in the Urban Decay concealer, but not $14 worth. Okay guys, so here's what they look like swatched out. As you can see, the Urban Decay one right here is a little more yellow, and then here's the Sephora one. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and finish up the rest of my face, and then we'll check back frequently throughout the day and see if either of them are fading or creasing or all that jazz. See how they're holding up. So I'm going to go finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll see you guys in a few hours. Mwah. Hey guys, so I'm back for my final check-in of the night. It is 10:04. About 10:05. So I've had this on for almost 8 hours, so I think that's a pretty good long day. So I was going to check back in throughout the day, but I feel like I would just be coming back and saying the exact same thing every single time. So I did keep a close watch on it throughout the day and examine and stuff. I just didn't get on camera and do it. But it's time for the verdict. Are these dupes? Drum roll please. These are definitely dupes of each other. There is literally no difference that I see in these two. Actually, the Sephora one on this side looks a little less dry, but I mean, it's really not anything that even makes a difference. That's my opinion. If you've tried these two concealers, let me know what you think. The one will kind of throw you a little bit because the Urban Decay one, like I've said, is a whole lot better of an applicator than the Sephora one, but it's the product itself that makes a difference. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. All the links are below, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mwah.